I am so thrilled. If you don't know me, I'm Karen Ray. I am the founder, visionary of the Being Brave Tour magazine, and we are launching today on Amazon. Girls, you can have this beautiful magazine in your hands. I mean, it's like soft to the touch. I'm like, grab your coffee, go sit on the couch, have some me time. And you know what? I have brought some of the ladies who are in the magazine, who are featured, who are going to take you through um, this little reflection, if you will, and also some of our partners who have come alongside of us to be our supporters and the ladies who are our resources that we go to, our go-to girlfriends, if you will. Let's just pop around, ladies. It's so exciting to be here. Maybe we all go to our little reactor and go share some some celebration. Woo! We are also recording for our Being Brave Tour podcast, and you might have a few golden nuggets as we go along because these ladies are known for sharing their lived wisdom and their all their brilliance with us. So let's just pop around. I'm just going to go to around to Deanna. Thank you for joining us. You have been a supporter for a long time. You have always believed in me and encouraged me. And so I'm so thrilled that you're here to help women to share their stories. And that's one of the things that you have come alongside me to help me even share my own story. So tell the girls a little bit about you and say hello.
Hi, ladies. I'm Deanna Nowodnik, yes, and I love writing, I love speaking, I love helping women of faith connect our delightfully ordinary stories to God's extraordinary love and faithfulness so we can be encouraged and empowered knowing that God's been in the details, always has been, always will be. And I have been delighted to be a part of Fave Lifestyle for years, to be able to walk alongside Karen and her very special projects, and delighted to be a part of the launch here. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, supporting in all these pivots as we go. And Jackie, you have been with us too. And so, girls, I also have a fire alarm. So, Jackie, I'm going to let you take over here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's hand it over to Joni and go ahead and tell the world about yourself.
Well,
Sure.
hello. I'm
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
sorry. I thought
so
you said Jody.
Oh, I
My
said
bad.
Joni. Oh my gosh, that's right. You guys are so
we
close.
both have J's. That's okay.
Joni Hansen. And then we'll go to Jolie Schilling.
Good morning, ladies. I'm so happy to be a part of this. I like to go by Joni Elizabeth. I am a published author. I'm a speaker, a brand new podcast host of Rise, Reclaim, and Renew, and YouTube host as well. So that's got amazing up and coming things. And the founder and CEO of Northwest Counseling and Wellness, Inc. So I've bridged together over 20 years of being a therapist and a coach, and then adding in more insightful things because I do not and will not put people in a cookie cutter model. And I'm so grateful to be a supporter of this magazine because I'm a firm believer when individually we are powerful and amazing and have our gifts, talents, and abilities, but together it's a powerhouse. And places of where to go and to be seen and heard and supported is such an honor to be a part of. And I wanted to come to celebrate all of you that wrote in this magazine. So exciting, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with more and more of my clients and businesses that
Yeah.
I'm a part of.
Fabulous. So, Jackie, let's pop over to you now that I'm back, and then we will go to Donita and then to Jody.
Excellent. You missed a little blurb. I said Joni and it sounded like Jody, and both of them started talking. I was like, oh, Jackie, clearly, like, let's just say things clearly. Anyway, Coach
No
Jackie
worries.
here, your freedom mentor, and I'm just so excited to be part of your mission, Karen. Like everyone says, is like, it's just been such an honor to know you for the years that I've known you, and mostly virtual, but I did get to hug you in person. So I actually have Jackie Cote Coaching, and I'm a full-time nomad. I'm a international bestseller and speaker and all that good jazz. But I also started a podcast too, Joni, recently, and it's super exciting called The
Yeah.
I Got It Girl, and writing the book to go along with the podcast as well. Actually, the book started first and then the podcast came, and now the book's next year. So we'll get to that eventually. And I just really, really love helping women just simplify their lives and step into a version of their life that they really, really enjoy while they get to make money doing it. And I think we were just taught to go be successful, make money, and then enjoy life later, in retirement. And I'm like,
Mm.
that's no fun. Like, let's do it now. Let's have retirement life now and enjoy it, and make money doing it. So I is that the alarm? It's because we're on fire. They just, that's why, because we're just so on fire as women here. But thank you, Karen, for having me part of this. And it was such a pleasure being in the first one. So I'm excited that it's in print now. So I'm going to go get my copy.
Yeah, so ladies, if you're not familiar with what we're doing too, the digital copies are free. We're handing this out to any woman who would like a copy, and you can go to the beingbravetour.com, which we've just put up and revamping. And so this is our paper copy, though, is something that you're going to go sit on the couch, grab your
Mhm.
cup of coffee, and literally take a little me time and they're like little 10-minute reflections. There's the one
Mhm.
about rescue or writing your story, or like what, and we'll talk a little bit in a few minutes about what each one of these ladies, their reflections are and what they hope that you'll get out of it. But first, let's pop over to Donita and share a little bit of who you are.
Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
Doni. I'm just want to clarify this is the most I've said since I got up. So I'm very much not a morning person, but I will get up for Karen. So I moved in the Seattle area in 2019, and I didn't feel really a part of a community until I met Karen. So I really appreciate all that you've done, Karen, and I've been enjoying being a part of, the books and the magazines, and just really getting to know you on a personal level as well. It's really a nice way to walk into a place that's labeled very ice cold. So I really appreciate the warm welcome and the ability to be in this group. And I am an energy worker, energy healer, energy reader, energy therapist. I am all things energy. And a lot of people immediately think, oh no, she doesn't work with God, but that's not true because all things energy are God. So you can it's just your personal label, which you choose to use if you want to use prayers and source and God, or manifestations and energy reading and source, spirit, all the things. So I enjoy being able to really get to know my clients, my customers, as meet them at their level. And it's hard to explain what I do, so my byline is always, I'm an experience, not an explanation. And then I'll usually give a so
Oh,
that's kind of sticking with that, because that's kind of
yeah.
describes, it's really hard for me to say what I do. So that's where I go.
Well
Yeah.
said.
And I love that in an experience because that really is what the magazine is too. So somebody was asking me, I'm like, no, it's really it's an experience. You sit there, and that's why I wanted it a paper copy too. So you could feel the softness of the warmth of the paper, and maybe go through one of the reflections. There's one called A Conversation with a Girlfriend by Christina Johnson. And it's like she's right there with you. And I
Mhm.
think that's the feeling that you have all brought to this magazine and to this field guide, is that it's that warmth, like you're there holding her hand or sitting there by her side with a cup of coffee too. And I think that's that warmth, that energy that you all bring to it, Donita, and that's what we want you to feel too. We want the ladies to feel like, I just need a hug today. Maybe I'll go experience the magazine. I just feel like I get a hug today. That's what I want women to feel. So Jody, we'll pop over to you and say hello. And so tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, yes, thank you. I've been a part of Fave for a few years now as well, and I came in as I had just started being a life coach. I've been a lifelong teacher, which I still do. Um, I am actually going to be teaching art this year, and so my involvement with Fave was part of my life coaching. And I started working with moms to start with because I had some experience with kids who struggle. And we
Mhm.
all, I think, as moms, go through the stages. And have a lot of questioning about whether we're a good mom and all of that. So I was supporting moms initially, and I continue to do that, but I also have evolved into being, and I attribute being a part of Fave as kind of this evolution that I've gone through, where I am coaching women who just want to live in the space, especially in this season of life where we're making our own choices and we are less people pleasing and meeting expectations, and we're more doing what we want. And as part of that, my coaching practice has changed and it has incorporated art. So I do art journaling
Oh,
and
oh,
creative expression as part of that. That's really where my passion is. And so it's been a new addition to my coaching practice. So
yeah,
yeah,
I love it.
that's what I do.
I love it. And that's one of the things too in the magazine. There are some spaces for coloring, there's spaces for writing. We've got music, we've got food, girls, we've got it all. So let's pop around and just, Deanna, let's start with you and just say real quickly what your reflection is and what you hope women will get out of it.
I love the topic of brave stories. Um, I can't remember who said it in the magazine, but one of the quotes that I wrote down was, "Courage is just fear walking forward."
Oh, yeah.
You know, when we tell our brave stories, ladies, we honor the journey. You know, we've been through some of the awesomest stuff and some really awful stuff and
Yeah.
come out on the other side wiser, um, and it, I'm sorry, I'm just having a moment. I think about, you know, the journeys that we've all taken, you know, and even those moments when we tell our stories where we get to clean out the closet of our memories. Ladies, there's some stuff that just has to
Yeah.
be tossed.
Yeah.
And other things that felt like they were not that big of a moment at the time, but were huge, huge, and have had a big impact on us then and are having a big impact on us now. And when we tell our brave stories, ladies, we find strength and encouragement for the challenges of today
Yeah.
and also tomorrow. Every day does not unfold exactly as I think it's going to. And so when we have that emotional muscle, when we have those experiences that we've worked our way through, um, what a blessing! What a blessing as we go forward.
Yeah. Oh, well said. And
That's right.
just
I just got a little
yeah.
emotional there.
Yeah, no worries. I'm so overwhelmed with just all this beauty that just comes together with all of you
Mhm.
ladies. And there's always these little golden nuggets, about telling our story and honoring that journey is so important, And like you said too, it helps us take those next steps. So, yes. So, talking about next steps, Joni, we're going to pop over to you because I know you have grandkids coming over
Oh, yeah.
soon, so might have to pop off. So yeah, when you look at this magazine and just look at, you support women in so many ways. I mean, you're a therapist, counselor. I mean, you're helping women every day take a brave step. So what is your hope for women? What is some thoughts around that?
Well, I love and I have for many years, the idea of women supporting women because,
Mhm.
like Donita said, it can be that maybe not a good space for women in the past. Like, where do I go? How can I be supported? Am I going to be judged or shunned or whatever? So, in this magazine, like I said, I came to celebrate all of you because it is being brave. Like, I'm going to write articles, I'm going to give a labor of love. My hope is that women feel wrapped around with love and support when in my life I'm very visual. So you're like, oh, the feel of it feels so
Yeah.
nice. It's beautifully done. So I hope that they feel that sense of their value and their worth and to say, hey, even if maybe somebody can't relate to one story but they can the other, or hey, I can take bits and pieces from this technique and that technique, and you create something beautiful for yourself. And
Yeah.
learning, just like me coming on, like, okay, yes, for all of us, probably a busy day, but I'm like, I want to come in and celebrate this. And we need to learn to celebrate ourselves and our own uniqueness and other women. And so a place to be seen and valued, and really carrying your spot on, saying it's like a nice little hug where you can wrap up with that magazine. And I envision when I get my copy, I'm like, I want to go down by the lake. I want to really
Yeah.
receive these beautiful stories that you've all shared. And I'm gonna do some journal and reflection because it's something as women we need, and to do the self-care. So I hope that women will realize that they're valuable, and if they need to take that pause and embrace good things
Yeah.
in their lives.
Yes, girls, as we're recording this, we're walking into summer. And so maybe a little pool time. I can just see the girls going, no, wait, hold on a second. Don't bother me. I'm having my me time. That's right.
So and I do have to pop off, but thank you all. I am so
Yes.
grateful to be a part of this journey with all of you, and I hope you all have an amazing, blessed day and weekend.
Yes, thank you, Joni. Thanks for joining us and celebrating this venture as we're walking forward together. So have a great
You're
weekend.
welcome. Much love, everyone.
You too. And Jackie, so you have this reflection. I'm just gonna, it's for the girls, of course, people who are on podcast, can't see it, but it says, own who you are at any age. You are a gift to the world.
Mm.
And that's one of the inspirations that you had created. And so tell us a little bit about your hope, what women, as they come and walk through your reflection, what are you hoping for them?
It's funny, you just said summertime and pool, and the image that flew back into my mind was the day I got fired back in 2018. I remember coming home from getting fired, and I had this coaching thing I started a couple months before
Mhm.
all this. And I remember looking outside, looking at my pool, going, I could go apply for jobs or I can go float in that pool. And it was the first moment I chose myself, and I floated in the pool
Oh,
instead of being responsible and being productive and all that. And I was writing this chapter the other day, and I just reflect on that moment to now, because I'm like, look at the room of women I get to be in, and look at who gets to like be in the same magazines together. Like I never, this was not something I like dreamed of, because I didn't know it was possible. And
mhm,
now
mhm.
we're on Amazon in these magazines where women like, the fact that you're giving away for free digitally just always blows my mind. I'm like, you are such a gift to the world that you're doing this. But now they can get a hard copy in their hands, and I'm excited to get mine because I don't normally I don't have the attention span to sit and do stuff, but this one I'm gonna do because I remember reading it digitally. Because digitally, I'm like, okay, am I gonna take a notebook and like write it out and this and that? But the hard copy for me is really important because I'm gonna be able to put all my memories in there and reflect
Yeah.
what everybody's sharing and stuff. But I'm just so in awe of when you collaborate and you connect and you get into tables like this with women like you guys, how far you'll go in life. And so now everybody gets to take us into their living rooms, into their like on their
Oh,
couches, and like you said, and snuggle up with it or bring it to the lake, like Joni just said. And of course, that was like, I'm gonna go bring it to the river because I'm right by the river here in Colorado. And
yeah.
um, but now we get to be part of their like in their homes. That's really cool. You know,
That is cool, isn't it? Wow.
yeah.
And I hear so many women saying how, especially I think as some women are losing their husbands, they're in transition, maybe they're retiring or, changing, from career to career or whatever, and they're feeling lonely.
Hmm.
I think this is one of the things that I wanted with it is that, that you're not alone. And you're
Yep.
not the only one who's feeling these things. And as you walk through these reflections, I think that reminds you of that
Yeah.
what you're not alone. A lot of other women are walking right through these same things, and that's why we
Mhm.
bring these up. You know, these
Yeah.
reflections about energy. And so let's go over to Donita. And that what kind of energy are they going to create around this? So, what is your hope for women as they walk through your reflection, Donita?
My hope for women is for them to realize that they have control over the energy in their body. That it is just not let me throw it up there and hope it all works
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Because I got to a point, Jackie hit on something, or you know, when I think it was you, Jackie, when we were empty nesters, my life shifted dramatically because I was a stay-at-home mom, and so my importance or what I was worth in the world really shifted for me because I no
Yeah.
longer had like the focus of the kids, and so I felt lonely and I felt sad, and I was a survivor, a five-time cancer survivor, so I started a podcast and I did a book and I had a company, and I was still lonely and sad.
Mm.
And then
Mhm.
my mother-in-law got sick, and then we went to take care of her. And then my life fell apart. My life fell apart. And while I was, I was at rock bottom and in the basement of rock bottom, which is one of my other articles in Karen's other magazine or the book. And,
Yeah.
I realized some people didn't want to hear my story because it was so heavy. And I was
Mhm.
placing my energy on them and bringing them down. And I thought, who am I to do to not take care of my own energy? And I realized every time I tell my story, it lightens the energy and it helps the energy release. It becomes a healing. A healing. Every time you repeat your story, it's a little bit more of a healing, a little bit more of a healing, and the energy kind of just leaves your body. And I realized that we have all this energy in us that it's from birth on that needs to, like you said, Deanna, things in the closet need to go. They need to go. Like you need to
Mhm.
release this energy that you're holding on to is not serving you at all. It's just, and it affects you in every way. It makes you make decisions. I mean, all things.
Yeah.
So once I kind of sat back and realized self-care, like let me go to a float. Let me go to, I remember when I was grasping so hard, I would float, I would walk, I would go get a massage. I would
Yeah.
do everything that I could to release that. And then all of a sudden, blessed through messages from universe, God, spirit, source, I was blessed with the ability to remove this energy for other people.
Mhm.
And I feel like I got my actual start, even though I had a whole company and a whole situation before I moved here, I got my start with the brave women allowing me to be brave and do my thing.
Mhm.
And the judgment was not there. So that's kind of my reflection on my experience with the whole being brave situation.
Yeah. Donita, so many great points you pointed out. First of all, one of the things too is that you're all helping them with different parts of their story. And it's like they're being witnessed, that
Yeah.
their story is being witnessed and it's being written down in the pages. And ladies, it's not for anybody else, it's for you.
Mhm.
It's for you. And each part of this that these ladies have been talking about, that's what it's about, is they're walking through that little bit of journey with you in a positive, productive way to be witnessed, let it go, or be forgiven, whatever it is. There's
Mhm.
different pieces to all of it. And each of you have brought such a unique piece to the magazine. I just love it. Thank you, Donita. Really.
Thank you.
I call these ladies my wise friends. Because there's just so much brightness and light and wisdom, and it's so much of the lived experiences that we've had that they share with us. So let's pop over to Jody before we close out. And Jody's, what do you hope women experience when they walk through your reflection?
Yes, mine is really a journaling tool.
Yeah.
And so it is a way, a lot of times we hear this from therapists and, influencers that journaling is a way to get all the thoughts in our head down,
Oof.
just some type of organization, but also there's a processing that happens. There's some emotional processing that we have not been taught. We haven't, we really kind of get to life and try to figure it out as we go. And the tool was one that I learned as a coach. And as I started applying it regularly, it really helped to give me clarity and understand the things in life that happen that we don't have control over. But like
Mhm.
Donita was talking about, there are a lot of things that we do have control over. And so it's kind of another approach to being able to sort out thoughts and emotions and recognize that we have a story that we tell about anything that happens. And that story can be serving us well and can kind of propel us and help us achieve goals and have healthy relationships or any of those things. But those stories can also hold us back, or they can have us bring a certain type of energy to a conversation, and we can reflect back and see, oh, wait, maybe the way I'm interpreting or creating this story is not getting the results that I want in a relationship or a goal or something. And so it, if you go through it, and I agree with you 100% that having a hard copy in paper, in beautiful print, and interacting with that is much different than looking at it online and then
Yeah.
having to take that extra step. So with the fact that it's all there for you, you could do it right in the book.
Yeah.
And it's just a tool that helps you take any circumstance in your life that you might be struggling with and just get it down on paper, identify the emotion, and think about what is the pattern that you seem to be kind of stuck in as you are thinking about any circumstance. And then when you go through it again, you can see that you have the power to change that story and create the emotion you want to feel. And then you'll take actions from that new emotion, which is very close to kind of the energy work that Donita talks about. It also
Right.
ties very closely, I think, to faith, because as you reflect and you go through that process, you also have a story about God, and you're, or in, you know, any spirituality that you have, that's a part of it as well. So I think that it's just a beautiful tool that's very
Yeah.
helpful, and that's what I hope that any woman gives it a try is going to feel that same sense
Yeah.
of I have some control here, and this is how I can organize my thoughts.
Yes. And the thing too that Jody that I love is that it's not just about our past or our present. And, even like with Jackie's, she's taking you forward. It's like, okay,
Yes.
now that you've done that work, where are we going to go? What are the possibilities? What are the opportunities? What is that freedom life going to look like? And
Yeah.
as I've the kind of a phrase I've been using lately, it's experiencing that beauty within and then sharing that with others, sharing that light, that and those, it's just so much, all that goodness, and that's already inside of you, and bringing that out. Yes. Ladies, I just want to say thank you for popping on today, having a little conversation. I hope to have more of these. And any closing comments that you would like to share before we pop off?
Well, I would say that when Jody was talking about writing, the energy actually comes down your arm, out your hand, and onto the paper. So it's a big release. I just wanted to throw that in.
Wow. Any other little golden nuggets for us before we go, Jackie?
Well, I agree. Like the having the hard copy, like we all kind of mentioned, gives you the opportunity to kind of process it in like your own like the energetic moving the energy through and stuff like that, and then it's something that you can go back to and look at, like you're going back
Mm,
and then get the next issue, because like this is not just this we're just the first issue, like there's
yes.
another one and another one and another one, so like you get a whole series of these, so you're gonna have this like encyclopedia realm of all these talented women sharing their gifts with you, and I think mine talks about stripping the layers off and like and rewriting, like taking the layers from um the masks that we all wear and stuff like that, and getting down to the core of you, and layering that with energy work and laying that with like there's so much you can't even put into words. So
Yeah.
one magazine at a time, and
Yeah.
keep getting them.
Yes.
Keep getting them.
And you know what it is too, as you were talking, it reminded me when you start writing it down, it's like your book of proof. It's like, I got through these things
Yeah.
and look at
Hmm.
how brave I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got through it. If I got through that, look what else I can get through.
Yeah.
I would definitely pick that magazine up over any other one on the table. So the nail salon, the hair salon, the
Yes. Oh
spa,
my
all the
gosh.
places. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies. Deanna, any closing thought, or
Oh,
Jody?
I just got the proof in the mail yesterday for my third children's book, and I was thinking about that, how, it's a story that my grandson will outgrow, but he will forever know that
Yeah.
he had a story worth telling. And isn't that the truth for all of, we will outgrow some of the stories that we tell, some of the circumstances, some of the experience, but we will never forget that it was worth telling, it was worth honoring, it was worth sharing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here we
Jody,
are.
any closing thought for us?
I think just to build on what or add on to what Deanna said, I think that the sharing piece is what this is. You are sharing, each of us is sharing our tools or our wisdom or our strategies for, how to cope through. And there's the fact that we put it in print and we're sharing it with everyone that's how, like, if we didn't share it, we what is the point, right? It's in the sharing. That's the
It is
piece.
in the
So
sharing. I love that. Well, thank you, ladies. And as we close out, I'm just going to get everybody. So if you're watching, you get a little heart. And we're giving hearts today. I can never do that right. Wink. But so I'll give you a hug. So give yourself a
Supposedly.
hug. And then you take your arms and do it the opposite way and feel what that feels like. It feels like somebody else is hugging you and it feels so good. So ladies, go enjoy and experience the beauty within in the magazine. And thank you for joining us. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.